Hello everybody. Today I'm talking about the retrograde cycle of Mercury in Sagittarius. This Mercury in Sagittarius gets easily inspired and excited, but as a side effect doesn't always focus well on one thing, quickly shifting to something else because it's getting bored very fast. Mercury in Sagittarius can have many big plans, high goals, but those goals are not always practical or realistic. Sagittarius is a sign associated with higher knowledge, philosophy, long-distance travel, and broad visions, while Mercury governs communication, logical thinking, and mental processes. When Mercury is retrograde in this sign, certain specific influences may arise to revise your beliefs and thought systems, to have some delays in education and travel, to have confusion on philosophical or ideological communication. We have to take into account that we also have some elections around the world in important countries. Revising plans and visions. So something that is not certain can happen, yeah? Linguistic confusion and misunderstandings. Returning to previous knowledge or previous results. What I can recommend: to be flexible, to reevaluate your goals during doing things, because you are not in the position to take a pause, Avoid major decisions. Be clear in communication as far as you can, and be aware to be very clear, to know exactly what to say, to based on clear information and complete information. Mercury is ingress in Sagittarius on 2nd of November 2024. You know that the retrograde cycle of a planet, it's about to go through some stages. First of all, it's entering in the sign where will be retrograde, in this case Sagittarius. Then, on the 25th of November, Mercury will be in retrograde station. So will make us pause before become fully retrograde. In this moment, this Mercury in Sagittarius in retrograde station forms a square with retrograde Neptune in Pisces, and it creates a tense and quite a challenging astrological configuration. This combination brings together Mercury intellectual and communication energies, influenced by the retrograde phase with Neptune's energy, which represent intuition, illusion, inspiration, and confusion. So what kind of effects we can get? Mental confusion and lack of clarity. And also some mysteries that happen behind the scenes. We have no idea what the hell is there. They show us something, but in reality it's something else. So they can have impact to your decision. So if these decisions are important, take a pause. What is the risk? To be delusional, to self-deception, to distorted perceptions of reality. So try to avoid making major decisions during this period, especially in matters that require clear judgment. With retrograde Neptune in Pisces, the symbolism of this aspect may amplify the feeling of being caught between the two worlds, one of Neptune's dreams and fantasies, and avoiding reality, and another of Mercury, logic and reality. This tension can create a tendency to avoid reality or fall prey to dreams and illusions that aren't grounded. Plans or ideas may seem good at first glance, but their reality might be distorted. So grandiose dreams or exaggerated plans, unrealistic promises or illusionary projects may arise. That's why, before acting, check the details and ensure the information is accurate and complete. Mercury is the planet of communication, and the square with Neptune brings confusion, misunderstandings, and even and intentional lies. Problems may arise in clearly expressing ideas, and words may be misinterpreted. Additionally, thinking can become less rational and more influenced by imagination or impractical ideas or ideologies or bullshit that are coming from other sources. Misunderstandings in conversations, missent emails, difficulties in expressing complex ideas are the risks now. That's why you need to double check before sending important messages and ensure discussions are clear for all parties involved. Neptune can induce a tendency to evade, while retrograde Mercury in Sagittarius tend to jump quickly from one thought to another without sufficient focus. This can lead to procrastination or avoiding tasks that require attention and discipline. Sagittarius governs broad visions and high ideals, which combined with Neptune's influences can become overly idealistic, losing their grounding in reality. So the risk is lack of focus, evasion, and delays. That's why try to focus on small, manageable tasks rather than trying to tackle everything at once. While this aspect can bring a lot of confusion, it can also be a powerful time for intuition and creativity, especially in areas like art, spirituality, or creative writing. However, there is a risk that these inspirations may be inconsistent or not well grounded in reality. That's why use this energy to explore creative ideas, but leave important decisions for a later time when Mercury will become in direct motion again. Retrograde Neptune can bring self-deception or illusions you've had regarding certain situation or people to the surface. Combined with retrograde Mercury, this aspect can create a climate where either you or those around you might hide the truth, either out of negligence or to avoid conflicts. That's why you need to pay attention to details and your intuition, but don't rely solely on first impressions or on what you are told without verifying the information. Double check is very important. On 27th of November, Mercury will become retrograde in Sagittarius. It's forming with this occasion an opposition with retrograde Jupiter in Gemini, and it's create a tension between two planets that govern thinking, communication, and mental expansion, but in very different ways. This opposition brings contrast to the surface between details and big picture visions, between deep learning and superficiality, and it can generate challenges in communication, planning, and personal wisdom. Retrograde Mercury is associated with reevaluations, delays, and confusion in communication and thinking, especially in the expansive sign of Sagittarius, which tend to see the big picture but can neglect the details. Retrograde Jupiter in Gemini intensifies introspection and reevaluation of personal beliefs and knowledge, but in Gemini it tends to focus on details, multiple pieces of information, and quick exchanges of ideas, sometimes without a clear direction. This opposition amplifies the tension between the desire to see things broadly and abstractly, and the need to focus on details and practical aspects. So you may feel like you are going between focusing on very specific details without depth and trying to understand things on a micro level, but without clear structure. So the challenge is to lose clarity regarding the direction or meaning of a project or idea, as you split between small details and the big picture that might seem confusing. So it's better to try to find a balance between these two approaches, taking small steps to structure your global vision. With these both planets retrograde and in opposition, there is a risk of major misunderstandings, either because messages are superficially or confusingly, or because those involved have different expectations regarding the purpose of meaning of the communication. Also, it's a lot of risk of manipulation, and the context is not very good due to election periods in USA and in other countries. The challenge is that unclear expression of ideas or exaggerated promises, either in what you say or in what you hear from others. Conversations may occur where things are perceived completely differently than intended. So again, double check all the information you receive and be very careful in conversations, trying to avoid misunderstandings. Jupiter, even retrograde, tends to amplify whatever it touches, and in Gemini it can bring many ideas and perspectives, but without depth. Many information that can be contradictory and you cannot understand too much. The position can lend to a tendency to overestimate your abilities to understand information or to make promises that cannot be realistically upheld. What is the challenge? Exaggerated promises, ambitious but unrealistic plans, or being overloaded with information. You might be inclined to see overly optimistic solutions to problems that require more critical thinking. Be realistic and avoid committing to projects or discussions that seem overly ambitious or difficult to achieve. This retrograde period, with opposition of Mercury Sagittarius retrograde with Jupiter and Gemini retrograde, could be a period where you question the beliefs or information you've accumulated so far. So use this time to reconsider what you know and make adjustments to your perspectives, particularly in matters of education and knowledge. Ideology and everything that is linked with official beliefs can be questionable. So don't believe everything you hear. Sagittarius tend to look far into the future, and retrograde Mercury here can bring delays or confusion related to long-term plans. At the same time, retrograde Jupiter and Gemini might amplify the numerous available options, creating a state of indecision. So, you may have difficulty in making important decisions, especially related to career, studies, travel, or your own beliefs and mentality. So try to avoid making major decisions during this period and focus on reevaluating existing plans. Retrograde Mercury in Sagittarius can bring a desire for mental expansion and intellectual adventure, while retrograde Jupiter and Gemini can pull you towards details and information that may distract you from the big picture. So distraction will be very easy to be made in media or whatever. The tension between these two forces can lead to a sense of instability or lack of focus. So being torn between the desire to explore new horizons and to understand the environment and information that you receive, and the need to focus on practical details, which can lead to frustration and indecision. So try to find, again, a balance between exploring new ideas and focusing on day-to-day tasks. On 14th of December, Mercury will enter in direct station in Sagittarius. So we'll be preparing for direct motion. So it's a kind of pause, and it's an opportunity to create a period, a very short one, to make a review of what you will need to do in the future, near future, when Mercury will be direct again. And this Mercury is forming a trine with retrograde Mars in Leo. So, can be a good moment to reevaluate your communication, actions, and strategic thinking. People may be more receptive to your messages, and discussions can be constructive and full of inspiration. So use this time to express your ideas and collaborate with others, especially in creative or strategic projects. Sagittarius, as a fire sign, is often associated with creativity and personal expression. And retrograde Mars in Leo strengthens this theme. Again, also fire sign. So this trine can inspire innovative ideas and original solutions. So it's a good time to work on creative projects, arts, or to find unconventional solutions to challenges you are facing. Explore your creative side and don't be afraid to think outside the box. This trine also suggests an ability to make choices based on intuition as well as past experiences. This is an opportunity to use the lessons learned from the past to act with greater confidence. You can clarify your intentions and make better informed decisions. Be open to listening to your inner voice and trust your instincts, especially regarding long-term plans. Also, it's a favorable time for building professional and personal relationships, especially with people who share similar vision and values. Attend social events, conferences, or meetings that can open new doors. It's time for reconciliations and to bring closure to tense situations. Be open in discussions with others and use this time to bring clarity where confusion previously existed. On 16th of December, Mercury is coming back in direct motion, finally. What can we do in this situation? After we have been passed through the cycle of retrograde period, there are some important things to do. Everything that is linked with conversations, meetings, and negotiations may flow more smoothly, and messages are transmitted more easily. So take advantage to this clarity to make plans, negotiate contracts, or initiate important discussions. Also, you may have an open mind for new ideas and perspective. Enroll in courses, read books, or engage in stimulating discussions that can expand your horizons. Also, you can find creative solutions to problems and look to the future with confidence. Use this energy to set goals and plan your future with optimism, but remain realistic. You may reach deeper conclusions about what you have learned and how it impacts your life. Reflect on your recent experiences and seek to understand the lessons you have learned. Relationships become smoother and communication with others is more open and sincere. Use this opportunity to reconnect with those you haven't seen or to clarify previous misunderstandings. Travel can bring new perspectives and learning opportunities, so be open to exploring new places and different cultures. Now let's see how Mercury retrograde cycle affects each ascendant. With ascendant in Aries, Mercury in Sagittarius is affecting the 9th house. So it's about traveling, higher education, mentality, beliefs. So here may rise some changes, to change the plans, to change the course, to change something, or to understand, to analyze what have you done until the moment of retrograde of Mercury in Sagittarius, and to make proper changes and to act after Mercury will become direct. Also, anything that is linked with legal matters can be reopened and rediscussed. So maybe a negotiation, a mediation could appear. This can be an opportunity. For those with ascendant in Taurus, Mercury retrograde in Sagittarius is on the 8th house. Here it's about common resources, how you deal with wealth together with your partner or business partners. Also, it's about inheritance. If it's about this, maybe it's about to negotiate, to find and put in order some documents. Also, it's important to have all financial matters to make some cleaning and to clarify everything that is not arranged, especially that if you have connections and you deal with banks, insurance, fiscal matters, or pension or whatever. Also, it's about some discussions or negotiations that you may need to do with your life partner or with your business partners due to financial matters. When it's about Gemini ascendant, Mercury retrograde in Sagittarius is on your 7th house. So here it's about your communication and relationship with your life partner and with all kinds of other partners, employers, collaborations, whatever. Here it's very important for you to be very clear on what you want to communicate. If something is not clear, it's better to try to clarify something that is not clear even for you. So here it's about remain flexible, adaptable, to understand also the other people's point of view and to come together and to try to make a deal. No matter what it's all about. But no matter what, it's about you and partnerships. No matter the type of partnerships. When it's about Cancer ascendant, Mercury retrograde will be in 6th house. So it's about your daily routines, that you need to be more disciplined, to not indulge yourself, do not make excess behavior. I mean to eat too much or to do things that are not balanced. When it's about work environment, try to clarify everything that is not clear, try to be flexible and to work together in a good condition with your colleagues or whatever they are. When it's about health matters, it's a good idea to prepare yourself in a way or another, to go to the doctor, to talk with your family doctor about annual checkup if you didn't make it yet. And after Mercury will become direct, you can go to make all these tests because are very important for you to know which is your health state. This is important to not to go in to doctor when you have already a pain. Go make a preventive care. When it's about Leo ascendant, Mercury is on the 5th house. So you will have a lot of talking, discussions, negotiation with your loved ones. Your lover, your spouse, your children. Also maybe you plan a travel or you want to do something together to have more fun together. Anyway, it's about making some changes. But the scope of this is to feel better together, to have more fun, expand your horizons. Maybe you want your children to learn something new that is better for them. Try to find some offers, but decide after Mercury will become direct. When it's about Virgo ascendant, Mercury is on the 4th house. So this means that maybe you need to make a change when it's about your house, your family, to change the place, to make a better place, to renovate. Anyway, it's about a decision and discussion that you have to do with your family. Or you need to communicate more with your parents. Or you need to travel somewhere, or to find, to choose a better place to live. Another town, another house, another country even. Or you need to prepare for a travel abroad. For those with ascendant in Libra, here it's about 3rd house. It's about communication, about educational plans, about strategic thinking and how you use information and how you give it to others. If it's the case to launch an educational project, it's better to prepare now with everything you need, but it's better to launch after the Mercury will become direct. Also, the probability you to travel abroad for this kind of projects or other kind of projects is very possible. For those with ascendant in Scorpio, here it's about financial matters. Maybe will be an opportunity to make some negotiations, to change something about how much you gain, what kind of work you are doing for money, how you sell your time to make more money. Maybe you have many ideas, but you need to organize and structure these ideas, otherwise will be a chaos. And because Jupiter is in opposition with, and it's retrograde in the 8th house, another financial house, it's important to arrange and be clear in everything that is linked with your wealth, money, and to not make big decisions or sign contracts that impose big money to pay or to receive. And be more disciplined when it's about your money. For those with Sagittarius ascendant, Mercury is on your 1st house, so it's about how you're thinking, about your plans, your criteria that you need to apply in the future to have a better life. Because you are very optimistic, you want to make a lot of things, you have a lot of ideas. But these ideas should be organized in a way or another. You need to choose one thing to do, not 10 or to start too many plans or projects, because the risk is to not finish anything. So take step by step, be organized, choose one thing and go for it. But the big decisions, signing contracts on everything, can be made after Mercury will become direct. Until then, you can think and organize the information and make the plan. For those with ascendant in Capricorn, it's about that you have many ideas. You are restless in your mind. Maybe you cannot sleep well because of this. Because you are thinking about too many things. You want to do a lot of things, but you need to be prepared. For this, you need knowledge, information, structure, discipline, make a plan on the paper, and after Mercury will become direct and will go on Capricorn on 8th of January, then you can start to apply and to start a project. Until then, it's about organization and thinking very well what you want to do. When it's about Aquarius ascendant, here it's about networking. That's why in group of friends or in group of teams or all kind of activities that you are doing together with others, there may be some changes of plans, changing of people, networking. It's important. Go and meet new people, because in this way opportunities will come in front of you. Some doors will be open, but you need to be there, to be seen, to talk, to exchange ideas, information, but not rush to start a project. Now is the time to gather information and to know new people. And for those with Ascendant in Pisces, here it's about opportunities to make some changes on your profession or vocational level. Here it's about opportunities to travel due to your professional scope. Can be also some negotiations that you need to do, or you will be involved in some projects that are very important for the place that you are work with. Also, it's about making a balance between professional life and personal life, because there will be a tendency to go to one side and or to another, and to neglect the other part of your life. And this is not okay for your mental and physical appearance. So take care of you. I wish you all the best. I will let in the description the main moments of this retrograde cycle. Anyway, Mercury will ingress in Capricorn on 8th of January 2025. And then that moment, this cycle is closed when it's about Mercury in Sagittarius. So take care of you. Bye-bye.